If you're in the market for a brand new pickup truck, this video is for you because General Motors, Chevrolet, and GMC has just published their online configurators for 2023, the latest model year of their full-size trucks. So in this video, I'm going to go over some of the changes, the latest pricing for the Silverado, and also what's happening with the GMC Sierra 1500, especially in some of their off-road trims like the AT4X, because the pricing is changing and some of the options they're reconfiguring a little bit for you. And I think it's mostly good news because the trucks are more capable in general. So if you're on the fence, if you're wondering, should I maybe go to a dealer and find a current truck for 2022 model year, or should I wait a little bit and maybe order 2023? This video is for you. I'm going to start here in the Silverado area for two-wheel drive, because I want to show you where it all begins, what are the pricing, where does it start, and this is what we call a shorty. So recently, as you may have seen on TFL Trucks channel, we have been on the hunt for the most affordable pickup, full-size 4x4 pickup in the country. And we ended up with a Ram 1500 Classic. We found it because the classic version of the Ram 1500, even though it's produced now, it's the previous generation of the truck. And as such, it's a little bit more affordable. Of course, in General Motors space, this is the latest generation with the latest kind of front-end design, but their interiors, let's see if I can load this up, their interior is still, for the work truck, is still on their previous generation of the interior. So if you are a huge fan of bigger screens, this may not be for you. You would have to choose a slightly upper trim, like an LT or above for the Silverado lineup. But the great news is that the exterior is brand new, has latest style, of course, Steelies, and the price, drum roll, is $34,790. This is the price for the two-wheel drive version. They also improved their configurator, and I'll show this to you now. Let's go to the bread and butter crew cab short bed trucks. Let me switch this up. And if I go to trims, of course, you could see a plethora. This is 7 here, 8, 9 different trim levels. So how do you make sense of this? Well, there's a new or the latest filters tab here at the top left, and you could filter it, for example, four-wheel drive, of course, but you could select an engine. Let's say you only want to look at the biggest 6.2 liter V8, and it narrows down the choices for you. I think it's pretty clever. Also, for example, diesel, you could see where diesel is available and where it's not available. For example, you cannot get a work truck with a diesel, unfortunately. But you could also kind of open it up. Maybe you're looking for maximum trailering. Select that and also only look at the trims available with the maximum trailering package for those high numbers if you're looking to tow a larger trailer. So I think this is quite an improvement because you don't have to drill into each trim to find what you love. For price, bang for buck, the truck that I always look at is the custom Trail Boss because it's a little bit more affordable. It's got a suspension lift, of course, Z71 suspension package as well. And if I go to the exterior, here's what it looks like. Let me try Summit White, or actually maybe Harvest Bronze. I believe it's one of the latest colors. Of course, it's kind of hard to tell here on the screen how it would look in real life. And the price is $55,880 for this custom truck with a diesel. I think that's really important. I think, well, not I think, but Ram and Ford has been discontinuing their 3-liter turbo diesel engines in their F-150 and 1500 trucks. And GM is keeping it and improving that engine and raising its torque and horsepower. So this is the only game in town right now for turbo diesel light duties half-ton trucks. As such, I think it's really cool. And for 56 grand, you could get into one with an off-road package. But here's the king, the dream truck. I think if money was no object, let me show you what the ZR2 pricing is. $73,395 Of course, it has DSSV shocks, spool valve, the latest technology. We had a long-term 2022 ZR2 Silverado truck in sand dune color. You may have remembered that, but for 2023, I think they made a couple of small changes that I like. For example, the wheel design and a little bit of a trim with gold color right there. I think that looks really sweet. And of course, here's the way I would, after owning it for several months, here's the way that I would configure my ZR2 Silverado. I would have to go to packages, and actually I keep going to options. Yes, so some key things. Rocker protection. So I think this specific rocker protector, basically a rock slider that tucks away right near the body of the truck and offers you protection when you're going off-road, so you don't dent your rocker on your truck. It's about $1,100 or $1,200. I think it's well worth it. It makes the truck look even a little bit better. And then finally, the V8, you want to wake it up. The 6.2 liter, 420 horsepower, you want to wake it up. Unfortunately, this is a little bit pricey. For the performance exhaust system, it's about $1,800. But I would choose it because you're buying a performance truck. And here, the price is $74,000 plus $1,800. And it says accessories, I think because it's a dealership installed accessory. So total price, here it is. Well, it's actually pushing 76 grand. So that's kind of a money, no object dream truck in the Silverado lineup for me. You could see its towing capability, $8,900. Okay, so now let's quickly jump into the Sierra space. I will kind of back up a little bit, and I'll show you how I got here, the AT4X configuration. So the regular cab Sierra is still here with that 80-inch bed, basically 8-foot plus in their two-door trims. Let me show you for two-wheel drive where the pricing starts. And this is a Sierra 1500 Pro. And actually, look, Summit White is the only color that kind of doesn't have an upcharge. All the other colors are costing you a little bit more. Of course, Cardinal Red. I like the trucks to pop a little bit. Hey, look, that's pretty handsome. I think I like the Sierra look a little bit better than, a little bit more than the Silverado. Let me know what you think in the comments below as far as what you like and don't like. I think this is another shorty they're showing here. And I think you could choose a long bed as well. But the pricing is $37,940. So once again, a little bit higher, or quite a bit higher actually, than the Silverado. And of course, you could option it up. But I want to show you once again what's happening in the crew cab space. The crew cab truck starts at about $44,695. And then, of course, four-wheel drive. Once again, a lot of choice. So this may be daunting at first, but kind of don't worry. So, of course, the Pro, and they're showing each engine that's available. Then SLE, Elevation, SLT. AT4 has been around for several years. Denali has been around for several years. Now the Denali Ultimate packages are here. Denali Ultimate and AT4X. And really, Denali Ultimate, if you wanted a full luxury truck, I would choose once again the Duramax. And there's a caveat here. The Duramax, you would have to drive it quite a bit. So if you're driving over 15,000 miles a year, if you're putting a lot of miles on your truck, I think the diesel makes a lot more sense. And look, a lot of darker colors here in this premium Denali Ultimate truck with Vader Chrome grille and accents. They call it Vader Chrome. Look at this White Frost tri-coat color, so the premium color here as well. Almost $1,100. So yeah, you could option it up. Look, the latest wheel designs, 22s. Looks pretty sweet. But that's, once again, not my dream truck. I'm a little bit more in the off-road space. So let me show you what's happening there. Once again, you need to select short box, which is about 70 inches bed. You can also get a crew cab with a longer box. They call it standard. So all of that stuff is available. So let me go back into here, and I'm going to go show you the differences on the AT4X. AT4X is their most off-road capable trim, and the pricing changed. It's now $83,545. It used to be about 80 grand, but here's the difference. They're now including the AEV front bumper in all AT4Xs for 2023. Before it had the lower bumper, body colored, that's available in AT4. And when I was test driving the AT4X, you may remember that video, I always was thinking in the back of my mind, it needs more approach angle. And now you do for 2023. So let me choose another color here, maybe blue. Dynamic blue, they call it. So you get almost 33 degrees of approach. You've got a skid plate all wrapped up, and that's why the price went up. Well, part of the reason why the price went up. So, and it's got 33s now, so 33-inch tall tires, which is, I think, elevates the truck to where it needs to be right off the bat. So I think this is the way I would choose it. And of course, there's an AEV package. In the Silverado space, it's called the Bison, but in the Sierra space, there's also the AEV edition. So let's take a look. On the site, it's $6,800.95. It comes with a plethora of skid plates. You can see that hot stamped Bourne steel. Underneath, the front, the fuel tank, the rear diff, the transfer case, special unique wheels, and then also interior trim, interior floor mats, finished in AEV, American Expedition vehicles. So if you select that, I would only select the AEV if you're actually serious about going on an adventure, just far driving over off-road terrain. Because $7,000 you're increasing your price by, and you're adding mostly protection, underbody protection. So I think it's more for kind of that hardcore, kind of long travel. Or maybe you live on a really complicated dirt road. Maybe you were kind of off the beaten path. So I think that would be the choice. And then of course, once again, you gotta have a performance exhaust. You gotta wake up that engine. And also protection for the rocker panels. So those are the latest changes. So, and I couldn't find the Bison. I don't know if you noticed, but the Bison wasn't available here in the Silverado space. I think it may be sold out. I have a couple calls into my contacts at Chevrolet and Johnson Auto Plaza. So I want to figure that out if it's indeed been sold out for 2023 or what the pricing is. So now you can see the latest pricing. Yes, you could still get a truck under 40K, two-wheel drive, maybe around 50K for four-wheel drive with a larger cab. And of course the dream trucks, I showed you how I would configure my dream truck. Let me know any questions or comments. And as always, go back to alltfl.com for everything automotive in one place. Thank you.